Any of these moves would make the Bengals absolutely terrifying. There's so many options for the Bengals in this NFL draft. Thank you guys so much for watching the Bengals Digest channel. I'm Carson Lokey. I know it's been a while since, or a few days at least, since the videos come out, but I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you guys had a great Easter, Resurrection Day, the best day of the year. Jesus is back. He's alive. But hope you guys spent time with family. And now it is time to get ready for the NFL draft. And the latest report came out showing 6 players the Bengals should be looking for in the first round. And this is me reacting to that report. And I will be letting you know if I agree, disagree, and who else I think we should add to this list and who I think we should go after. First, I was not surprised that defensive tackle from Ole Miss, Walter Nolan, was one of the players on this list. Last season, 48 total tackles, 26 solo. He had 6.5 sacks. PFF grade-wise, 88.9. We know what he can do, and we know what kind of player he is. We've talked about him 1,000 times on this channel. He is a run stopper. He would be a massive boost to the defensive line, but as I've said in my other mock draft videos, I'm kind of leaning more towards the edge more than the defensive tackle room, especially with TJ Slayton and BJ Hill pretty much being guaranteed the starters. But Walter Nolan, if he's there at 17, which he most likely will be, it's hard to pass up on that kind of talent. Next, actually kind of surprised, offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. I'd assume we would move him into the guard position. PFF grade-wise last season, 86.2. He only allowed 1 sack and allowed only 2 quarterback hits. He played, obviously, at Texas. He's a massive guy. I think he would help the offensive line 100%. But then you would have to, since he is a tackle and played tackle in college, that movement between guard and tackle, only a few offensive linemen are actually capable of that. That's why this pick is a little bit interesting to me. I'm not kind of really sure why he's on here, unless I could be wrong. I remember him only playing tackle, but he could have been switching back and forth. I could be completely wrong with that. Let me know in the comments down below if he did play offensive guard sometimes at Texas. But if we were to go offensive line in the first round, it would have to be guard. But as I've told you guys once again, I don't think I'm going offensive line in the first round. I'm going offensive line for the guard position in the second round. But we continue. Another guy that we haven't talked about a lot, but we did mention a few episodes ago, defensive tackle from Oregon, Derek Harmon. 45 total tackles, 27 solo, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, PFF grade-wise of 83.9. Just like Walter Nolan, massive human being. Run first defensive tackle. He's fast. He's got quick hands. He's got quick feet. His agility is absolutely insane. Having him in the first round, if both Walter Nolan and Derek Harmon are there, I'm leaning heavily towards Walter Nolan. But Derek Harmon, for whatever reason, if Walter Nolan's not there and we want to go defensive tackle, then Derek Harmon is an absolute stud of a pick. Next, I think I skipped a few. Yep, here we go. This guy we have never talked about on this on this channel. Safety from South Carolina, Nick Emmanwori. Emmanwori, last season, 88 total tackles, 57 solo, 4 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, 2 passes deflected, PFF grade of 79.6. Why I am really interested about this pick is the fact Al Golden, obviously our new defensive coordinator, his defensive scheme is ball hawks. He wants to turn over the ball as much as possible and make sure that the offense, Joe Burrow, has the ball as much as he possibly can in a game. And the way he does that is cause turnovers. And Emmanwori, that's what he does. He causes turnover. He is a ball hawk in the safety room. Haven't talked about him a lot. I don't know if safety is that. It is a need, yes, but I don't know if it's that much of a need where I'm doing in the first round. Would I complain if Emmanwori is on the Cincinnati Bengals next year? No, I'm not complaining whatsoever. But once again, it would be a little bit interesting to me if we're going safety in the first round. But with Nick Emmanwori there and maybe Malachi Starks, it's honestly really hard to pass them up. And then you guys had a little spoiler, obviously, linebacker from Alabama, JaMarr Campbell. We've talked about him countless times on this channel. Last season, 119 total tackles, 55 solo, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 interception. PFF grade wise of 81.6. So, if we are really moving on from Jermaine Pratt, we need to get another linebacker. JaMarr Campbell might be that perfect fit. Honestly, as the days get closer to the draft, I'm kind of leaning towards JaMarr Campbell to be the first round pick because of how much he does. He is a linebacker, yes, but he also gets after the quarterback. He stops the run like he's supposed to in the second level of the defense, but also he gets after the quarterback. 5 sacks from a linebacker is absolutely insane. His ball coverage, amazing. His sack ability, amazing. His run stop ability, amazing. He's honestly, if you want somebody that can kind of help every single need of the defense, JaMarr Campbell is that pick. He can help you get after the quarterback, he can help stop the run, and he can help stop the pass. So if you want somebody in the first round, your first pick of the first round, to help you solve every single problem on the defense, JaMarr Campbell is the pick. And I'm honestly, every day I'm kind of leaning more and more towards JaMarr Campbell because of what he would be able to do in the linebacker room, not being an edge rusher, not being a cornerback, not being a defensive tackle. Because of how athletic he is and how much talent, raw talent he has, he can help pretty much fill most of the holes on the defense. But if Mike Green is still there, it's hard to pass up Mike Green as well. He's not on the list, but Mike Green would be hard to pass up. My problem with the 17th pick is there's going to be so many players that I want at 17 that I know are not going to be available in the next round that I want to pick up. So it's going to be really hard for the Bengals to pick. And they've already said, the Bengals have come out and said that their mentality for this number 17 pick is the best player available. Whoever is the best player available, that might be different opinion from my opinion and your opinion, or whoever is left at 17. The Bengals might have their version of best player available, and we might have our version of best player available. So, like, Emeka Egbuka might be there at 17, and we view him as the best player available, but the Bengals obviously not going to go after a wide receiver, but they're going to go after the best player available in a position that they need, which is what my thinking is. And then the last guy, tight end from Michigan, Colston Lovelin. Last season, he was injured for like half the season, so take this with a grain of salt. 56 receptions for 582 yards, 5 touchdowns, averaged 10.4 yards per catch. PFF grade-wise of 85.9. I love Colston Lovelin. He's beaten Ohio State every single time. I don't love that about it. But his blocking ability, his catching ability, his run after catch ability, and his physicalness is exactly what you want in the tight end room. My only problem with this is if I'm drafting a tight end and in the first round, it has to be Walter Nolan. If Walter Nolan is not there at 17, I'm not touching me personally, I'm not touching the tight end room for at least the next 3 rounds, at least. If Tyler Warren's not there at 17, I'm not taking a tight end in the first round. I love Colston Lovelin. I think his talent is there. I would love to have him on the Bengals. He is very, very similar to Mike Gesicki, like really, really similar. But I view Colston Lovelin more as a second, third round pick. And if you have to draft him in the first round, I'm not doing it. The only tight end, like I said, once again, the only tight end I would take in the first round would be Tyler Warren for the Cincinnati Bengals. But if you're a team that is in like desperate need for a tight end and Tyler Warren gets taken, then take Colston Lovelin in the first round, yes. But the Bengals aren't in that situation. They already have Mike Gesicki for the next 3 years. The only way I'm taking a tight end is if Tyler Warren, because of his freaking crazy ability to be in the backfield, to be in the tight end spot, to be a slot wide receiver, wide receiver, anything pretty much, that I would take him. But with Mike Gesicki already signed, and if Tyler Warren's not there, I'm not taking another tight end. But this, I agree. Like, I think I agree with half of these players, and the other half I'm kind of iffy on. And I think my same notion stays the same. I think I'm leaning towards edge rusher first round. I feel confident with our defensive tackles being T.J. Slaton and B.J. Hill, with that starting rotation or starting lineup in the defensive line. The only thing is if we can figure out Trey Hendrickson, who's going to be on the opposite side of Trey Hendrickson on the edge room or on the edge, I would like to get that in the first round. And I think most likely if Mike Green falls to 17, he would be the best player available in the draft. And that's what the Bengals said they've already going to do. But there's a lot of names I'm interested, like obviously defensive tackle Walter Nolan, safety Nick Emmanwori. I'm very interested in him actually. And then linebacker JaMarr Campbell. Of these six, those are the three I would look out for the most. Defensive tackle from Ole Miss, Walter Nolan. Safety from South Carolina, Nick Emenwuri. And then linebacker from Alabama, JaMarr Campbell. But let me know down below which of the six players you were most interested in or most shocked by that I mentioned. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the Bengals Digest channel. We're on the road to 1,500 subscribers. I know we can get there before we know it. I thank you for all the love you guys show on the channel. I appreciate it more than you know. Don't forget to share this video with your Bengals friends because Bengal football is better together. Stay tuned for the Bengals Digest channel because I'll be posting more and more and more and more mock drafts as we get literally days from the draft. And I'm thinking, let me know if you would like this. I'm thinking about doing a live reaction to the draft and like getting feedback from you guys on who you would like as we get closer and closer to the Bengals pick, who you're looking for on the draft board and what I'm thinking. So let me know if you would guys be interested in a live stream of the draft. But thank you so much for watching this video for the Bengals Digest channel. I'm Carson Lokey. Have an amazing one, and God bless.